All right, let's dive into something truly strange. We're going to pull back the curtain on a bureaucratic nightmare. This is the story of a promotion that isn't a reward at all. It's a trap. And we're going to meet the man who's caught right in the middle of it. The story itself kicks off with this dedication, and man, does it set the tone. It's for all those who have received the congratulations before understanding what was lost. Think about that for a second. It perfectly captures this unsettling idea we're about to unpack. A victory that feels more like a loss, a win that hides a really terrible cost. So who's our guy? Meet Samir Osman. He's a dedicated employee, put in 14 years at this place called the Bureau. He's about to get what looks like a promotion. But as we're about to find out, this is no reward. It's something far more sinister, a trap designed, literally, to erase him.
Okay, so how does this whole thing start? Well, it begins on a totally normal Tuesday. A single blue envelope lands on his desk. Now, you have to understand, in a world that runs on white, cream, and manila paper, a blue envelope, that's like a siren going off. It's an omen. It's a sign that the rules of a game are about to change, big time.
And what's inside? His brand new title, Director of Unspecified Affairs. I mean, come on, what does that even mean? He has absolutely no idea. The job has this super prestigious sounding title, but it comes with zero duties, zero description, zero clarity, nothing. And that right there is the central mystery. But here's the catch. Here's why you don't just laugh and walk away. The promotion comes with a 40% salary increase. That's not just a raise, that's life-changing money. It's an offer that's so good, it's almost impossible to question, let alone refuse. Still, the red flags are waving. His sister, Nadia, she tells him this chilling story about another guy in a situation just like this. This other man had a vague, important-sounding title, and he was unknowingly used to sign off on illegal activities. When it all came crashing down, guess who took the fall? Yep. And the craziest part? He just thought he was doing his job correctly. So, despite all the warning signs, Samir takes the appointment. Because really, what choice does he have? And so begins his journey to floor 7. Get this. In his entire 14-year career at the Bureau, he's never even set foot on this floor. And he very quickly realizes what kind of world he stepped into. Just take a look at the job titles of his new neighbors on floor 7. You've got the Coordinator of Adjacent Processes, the Officer for Lateral Affairs. My personal favorite, the Subdirector of Outcomes Pending Specification. I mean, these are absolute masterpieces of bureaucratic nonsense. They're designed to sound incredibly important while meaning absolutely nothing.
So he finds his office, 7 North, C. He opens the door and this is what he sees. Nothing. It's not just unfurnished, it is aggressively empty. No desk, no chair, no phone. It's a room that is screaming, I have no purpose. Which, is pretty fitting for a director who has no specified duties.
He's completely baffled, so he asks his neighbor, a guy named Reese, what's up with this floor? And the answer he gets is, well, it's just bizarre. Reese tells him, floor 7 is different in its relationship to destination. Things here are in a different relationship to completion. So in other words, work on this floor never actually ends. It's not about results. It's about a process that just goes on forever. The rabbit hole just gets deeper. Okay, so weeks go by. Weeks of Samir literally inventing work for himself just to fill the crushing silence. And then he uncovers the terrifying truth. His identity, his name, his authority, it's all being used by someone else. His other neighbor, a man named Vale, pulls him aside and gives him this incredibly stark warning. You see, Vale has seen this play out before. He tells Samir that the director position, it has an output. Things get done. But that output channel is completely disconnected from the person sitting in the chair. His advice? Keep a record. A meticulous record of everything. And wow, what a record it becomes. The contrast is just unbelievable. On one side, you see the work Samir is actually doing, the stuff he's creating for himself, preliminary assessment memos and analysis of unspecified matters. But on the other side, look at the work being done in his name. The Hellender Report, a restructuring of the entire Eastern Division, maintenance and supply approvals. This is real work with real-world consequences, all happening without him even knowing. So naturally, Samir heads to the document registry to try and find these reports. And that's when he realizes the trap is literally built into the system's architecture. There's this feature called positional exclusion. What does that mean? It means his own office code is actively blocked from viewing the very documents it's supposedly creating. It's a perfect loop. And then he finds it, the smoking gun. It's a document authorizing a massive restructuring of an entire division. And there, at the bottom, is a perfect forgery of his signature. Okay, so this has gone way beyond some weird administrative anomaly. This is straight up fraud, and his name is stamped all over it. So now, armed with that warning from Vale and this forged signature in his hand, Samir's confusion finally hardens into resolve. He stops being a confused victim and becomes an investigator. He starts methodically piecing together the puzzle, trying to figure out the true nature of his so-called job. He goes back to his neighbor Reese, and he learns he is not the first person in this role, not by a long shot. He learns about his predecessors, and their fates are grim. You had Tabarin, who tried to define the job and was reassigned, never to be seen again. Casper, who got promoted right into a scandal and was forced to resign. Ofosu tried to expose the whole scheme with his own records, and he got fired. And the last guy? He just resigned and vanished after 8 months. This trap, it seems, has a 100% success rate. And that's when it all clicks. The position of Director of Unspecified Affairs, it isn't a job for a person. It's a tool, a mechanism. It exists for one reason, to provide a legitimate-looking signature for completely illegitimate actions, and, of course, to create a convenient scapegoat to blame when it all goes wrong. He's not an employee, he's a human liability shield. And with that, the ultimate goal of the whole conspiracy becomes crystal clear. Someone is using his signature to consolidate 3 previously independent divisions, filing, compliance, and resources, and merge them into one single, unauditable powerhouse. It's basically a silent corporate coup, and it's being executed entirely with paperwork. Digging through a budget document, Samir finally finds a loose thread, and when he pulls it, he gets a name, the architect behind this whole thing, Deputy Commissioner Prendergast-Kohl. This is the person pulling all the strings. And the final, sickening twist, Samir discovers this is the very same person who personally signed off on his promotion in the first place. So now he has the evidence, and he has a name. Samir is ready to fight back, but he knows he can't do it from the inside. The whole system is rigged. It's designed to take his own records and twist them against him. He has to find another way. And he finds his opening, funny enough, thanks to a junior colleague. Buried deep in the authorization paperwork for that big restructuring is a confirmation number, supposedly from the Deputy Commissioner's office. The thing is, the number is fake. It doesn't exist in the central registry. And that is the weak point. It's the one objective, provable lie in an ocean of plausible forgeries and bureaucratic doublespeak. This one fake number becomes the linchpin of his entire counterattack. So here's the plan. He's already built his unimpeachable record of evidence. He's identified the architect, Prendergast-Kohl. Next, he takes that fake number and files a complaint, but not internally. He goes to an external oversight authority, one they can't control. And for the final move, he writes a very carefully worded letter directly to Prendergast-Kohl, basically letting the architect know the game is up. And really, this whole insane story leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to chew on. In a system that runs entirely on paper, a system where your identity can be boiled down to just a name on a page, what is the true weight of a signature? Is it really an act of your personal will? Or is it just another cog turning in a machine you can't even see?